Do you guys find like that the price of AAA video games at this point is just too much? Like I personally don't buy a brand new AAA video game unless I know I'm for sure going to play it for probably 100 hours. And usually I don't have the time to do that. So for a game to actually captivate me for 100 hours, it's kind of a tall order. The last AAA game I bought was Arc Raiders, and I did play it for over 100 hours. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I also had friends to play it with, so it was a good time. But now, just in general, even before then, it had been so long before I had bought a like brand new video game like at full purchase price. It's just crazy. Like I would like to play Forza Horizon 6. It looks pretty fun. And the fact that it's in Japan is just kind of cool. I liked Forza 4. That was the last Forza I played. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, like Forza 6 full price, I'm not really going to be spending the money on that. I just can't justify it. Especially when there's just so many little indie games that I can buy for like $5 or at most $15, and I know I'm going to have a really good time with them and enjoy them. To me, these AAA video games just don't appeal to me anymore. The price is too high. And it's crazy because like, what are you really getting now versus what we got, 10 years ago? Like when you look back in time, like back to like, let's say just the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3 era, video games looked good then. And the jump from PS3 to PS4, it was noticeable, but it wasn't that big of a graphical difference. And then from PS4 to PS5, I actually don't really notice the difference. I know some people do. I don't notice the difference. I don't own a PS4 or a PS5 anymore. I never owned a PS5, but yeah, basically I'm out of the console market except for my Switch. And even on the Switch, like I look at like there's tons of Mario titles I would love to play. Like from Paper Mario to the Mario Odyssey, which I still haven't played yet. And all the price tags are like at minimum $80. And I'm like, I just don't think I'm going to spend that much money on this game because I just don't think I'm going to spend that much time playing it. And like, I've been a gamer for like pretty much my whole life. And I have purchased a lot of AAA video games in my lifetime. And I don't know, maybe it's just like because I'm entering my 30s and I'm like, not really as heavily invested in gaming as much as I used to be. I'm not, opening my wallet up for AAA video games. I still buy a significant amount of indie games, especially like when I know I'm going to play it. Like I that is like the new rule for me. Like I will not buy something unless I know for sure I will be playing it within the next week, for sure. And at least getting, 5 hours of playtime out of it, depending on the price of the video game. I'm curious where you guys are at. Like, do you still buy AAA video games? Do you find like it's worth it for you? Do you get a lot of value out of them? Because personally, like I don't see the reason anymore. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, there's some really cool games out there. Like Subnautica 2 looks like a really fun game, and I know a lot of people would like really enjoy that game. And like that's the thing. Like if you know you're going to enjoy it, if you know you're going to spend time playing it, then like forking the money over isn't a big deal. It's whatever. But if you don't know if you're going to be able to actually spend the money or spend the time, more importantly, on the game, then like why spend the money? And I don't want to see AAA games go away. I think they're really awesome, but at the same time, like the price tags for some of these AAA titles is nuts. Like some games are asking for like $120 for a single title that just came out. Maybe that's with the premium edition or whatever, but still like $120 for a video game? That's a lot of money. That's a big ask. And like, especially if the game is not like an absolute banger, like very few bugs, tons of content, tons of value, tons of fun to have in that game. Okay, then maybe $120 price tag is okay. But like, I could for a game like Elden Ring, I can see it being totally justified. That game is amazing. But still, I haven't purchased Elden Ring because I just don't think I'm going to end up sinking the time into playing it. It looks fun. I'm just not super into Souls-like games, but if I wanted to have that experience, I wouldn't mind spending some money on it. But still, $120, I don't know. Even 90, kind of expensive. Like, okay, I can see the price tag for Elden Ring right now. It's $80. Not bad. I would maybe get it on sale, and I would probably at most want to spend $35 on Elden Ring at most. That's me personally. I know the developers went into a ton of work to make that game. I totally get it. But like when there's just this massive library of video games I could purchase, and so many of them have this massively high price tag, I would rather buy like an indie game that's kind of like Elden Ring that still gives me a Souls-like experience for like a fraction of the cost. And to me, that would just be fine. I'd be okay with that. So I always find myself putting more money into indie developers than any of these big AAA studios, which has been completely the opposite from what it used to be. It used to be always AAA video games. So I'm curious what your spending habits are like when it comes to, especially PC gaming, but even indie gaming on like, the Switch store or the PlayStation store. Where do you find you're spending most of your money? Is it on indie titles or is it on AAA? Will you still buy a full price AAA title, or are you going to wait for it to go on sale? I'm curious. Please let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Thanks for listening. Sign out.